Hi there, you're very welcome here to Sunflower Yoga. My name is Nicola and this is day 4 of our 7 days of yoga challenge. So whether you've arrived with me for the first time today or you've done all the practices so far, know that you are very welcome and you are exactly where you need to be. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing a soothing yoga flow to help reduce stress and tension in the body. I do use a couple of yoga blocks for one of our postures, so perhaps pause the video now, grab some blocks if you have them. If not, books work just as well. If none of that's accessible to you, no worries at all. I'm going to show you a little hack with your mat. Okay, so we're going to begin this practice down in child pose. So we're going to bring the big toes together to touch, extend the knees towards the side of the mat there, sending the arms long, bring the forehead down to the mat. Just taking a few breaths here to settle and arrive into our practice together. And on your next inhale, we're going to bring the arms up overhead, perhaps bringing the gaze up, bringing the hands down to the heart. And then we're going to slide the hands back down the mat there, coming back down into that child pose. We're going to flow through this little gentle flow here for a few more rounds. It's very much moving with your breath here, your range of motion, moving in a way that feels good for you. Taking a rest back down in child pose at any time here, or just flowing through a couple more rounds with me. Please just take what you need from this practice. The next time you come down into child, just taking a rest there. And then we're going to lift the right arm, threading the right arm behind the left there. Just bringing the side of the forehead there down to rest. Sending the breath there into that upper back region in particular. Unthreading the right arm. We're going to take the left arm now, sending the left arm behind the right. And unthreading that arm there, we're going to come back into child for one more breath. And then we're going to lift up into a tabletop position. Coming into that tabletop there, option there just to fold over the mat. If your knees are feeling a bit sore there, option to fold over the mat there for your wrists as well. Or you could take a cushion if you have one handy as well. We're just going to come into our cat-cow flow now. I use this flow in lots of my videos as it's so nourishing for the whole of the body and soothing for the nervous system. So we're nourishing our spine, our digestive, our reproductive organs, but also moving kind of slowly and mindfully is sending those calming signals to the nervous system, helping to reduce stress in the body. And then coming back to a tabletop position there, we're just going to come back onto our knees there and straighten the mat out there. And we're going to come up into a high knee position, or staying down in that low knees there if that's more comfortable. And we're just going to come into some shoulder rolls here. So really opening up across the chest there, opening up into that heart space. Really nourishing all of the lungs there with some lovely deep breaths. And it might feel nice to reverse the direction there. Your eyes might be open, they might be closed, or whatever, feels comfortable for you here. And then bringing those shoulder rolls to a close. You can either stay in high knees or come down to rest on the heels. We're going to open the arms lovely and wide there, and then we're going to give ourselves a nice big hug. And just taking notes here, which arm is on top and which arm is on underneath, as we're going to switch arm positions in a moment. So opening the arms nice and wide again, and we're going to cross the opposite arm underneath this time. And just notice how this feels in the body. And releasing those hands there. So we're going to come into a couple of lunges now, so open up into the hips there. So this is where I like to use my yoga blocks just to add a bit more support underneath my hands, just take the pressure off the wrists. So if you have your blocks, grab them now, or your books, or if neither of those are accessible to you right now, we can simply just fold over the mat there just to make a little bit of elevation, a little bit more support and softness there for the hands and the wrists. So just working with what you have to hand today. We're going to come into that tabletop position initially, just planting the hands there onto your prop there. And we're going to send the left foot through there. And we're just going to gently move forward into a lunge there. So inviting a stretch there into that right hip flexor, that left glute. And just finding stillness here, sending your breath to those places that need it most in your body. Or we can just take a gentle rock back and forth there on that left leg. Just see what feels good for you, what's bringing you the most comfort and ease in your body, what's helping you feel a bit, less stressed, a bit calmer. And we're going to step that foot back now. We're going to bring the right foot forward. And again, just gently coming forward there. Nice stretch there in the left hip flexor, the right glute. And finding stillness here, or just taking that gentle rock back and forth. And we're going to step that right foot back now. Just going to pop the yoga blocks or books there to one side or unrolling the mat. And we're going to end our practice as we began in a child pose. I'd just like to offer you another option for child pose, which I found quite soothing. I'm feeling a bit kind of tense, a bit stressed. It's just instead of sending the hands long, we're going to stack the hands on top of each other and bringing the forehead down to rest on the hands. This just helps activate the centre of the eyebrows there, which can really kind of help send extra soothing signals, to the nervous system. But experiment here with what feels good for you, whether you want the stacked hands, whether you want your hands long, or you could even just bring your hands down to the side of the body. So we'll rest here together for a few breaths, and then if you'd like to stay longer, please do so. So I'm just going to lift up out of this child pose now. So please stay resting if you wish to, Or just join me for a couple of closing breaths here. Just coming into a kneeling or a cross-legged position there, bringing the hands to heart centre or just placing them in the lap, one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly perhaps. Just however you are feeling called to end our practice together. Just taking a couple of breaths here, just noticing how the body's feeling now. What shifted, how's your energy, how's your mood now. Namaste. So thank you so much for completing day 4 of our 7 days of yoga challenge here at Sunflower Yoga. Please make sure to hit that subscribe if you haven't already, so you're kept up to date with all of the other videos, coming your way from my channel. And please do leave me a comment there below. Let me know how this has landed with you today, how you're feeling now after completing this video. And if you have any ideas for future challenges, future practices, please just let me know. Thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow.